It is Tuesday, October 14th, and yes, I'm not Justin. I know you wish Justin was here, but I am not Justin. My name is Josh Kimmel. If you've seen any show on this network, you know I'm the man around here, the face that runs the place. So anyway, we have a priority waiver show today with Charlene, of course. Get some big injuries, some people in the hospital or the medical facility last night. We got rookie of the years, like going down with it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's not get too deep into it right now. Let's just jump into the show. So, Charlene, I know you're back there waiting, so let's get started. First time that happened. First time that ever happened where it skipped the whole intro. So, Justin, if you're
Well,
watching in from
here we
Italy,
are.
apologize. So, yeah. So, what's going on, Charlene? I know this is not the normal, show, but I'm going to do my best to steer the ship and talk some injuries and some waivers. I already got some people in the chat. Raphael, what's going on, Raphael? I don't see you on Monday, sir. I don't see you on Monday, but I see you here. What's going on? What's going on, Charlene?
Oh, we're rolling through it. Another week of injuries and pain and misery.
Yes. Pain is the only thing that can describe, I believe, this week. So many super studs went down.
I mean, it's just every week. I can't, like, my brain is melting.
It's funny because in my home league, and I know when people don't like talking about people's home leagues, but I'm usually the guy who all my players get hurt. And I'm always 0-4, 1-4, like just struggling. This year, dodged every bullet. I have yet to have an injury
well, now
on my.
You jinxed yourself.
I have jinxed. So that being, well, I did lose JJ McCarthy, but that wasn't a huge loss. But
No,
I
it's
have
not permanent.
dodged every bullet, and honestly,
Yeah.
everything that has gone wrong for everybody else, I'm the Waddle manager. I'm the manager of the person that's taking over the carry. So it's like,
See,
I'm being benefited.
that's usually all my home leagues. Is I always seem to get like the wide receiver 2, the running back 2s that all of a sudden are now like the head of the team. So this year I've got a nice mix of everything. But as a Niner fan, this year is something else.
it is, and I'm not a Buccaneers fan, but I do live in the Tampa Bay area, so I follow the team as much as I can. And man, they're just as in bad trouble as well. They're just not losing their quarterback yet. They've lost everybody else. They started the season with no Godwin, with no Christian Wirfs. Now they lost Emeka Mbuka. They've already lost Mike Evans. They lost Jalen McMillan, which nobody's talking about. He had 7 touchdowns, and they lost Chris Godwin again. But the biggest news, I guess the biggest injury. Would you call this the biggest injury? Because it is the top one. Emeka Mbuka.
Yeah, I'd say this is a big deal. Do we have? I mean, he's getting an MRI today, right? We don't have any news on that yet.
No news yet. Nothing yet.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. I feel like it's sort of. Mike Evans went down and Godwin's been out. Mike Evans went down and it's just sort of like, okay, but we still have Igbuka, and like he really has taken on like the role of the guy, right? I mean, he stepped right into it. He's been looking amazing. So I think this is hard. I mean, thankfully, they still have Baker running the ship, but he's running out of guys.
Yes. They're running out of crewmates over there in Tampa with Emeka out. It's going to be massive. We are going to talk about his replacements, or you can't really replace someone like that. So we'll talk about the 2 guys or 2 people that we would hope can fill in the roles until somebody returns. What's going on, Joey Wright? In the chat, he says, hi, Charlene. Can you see the chat?
Hi, Joey. I can't see the chat.
Oh, okay. I was unaware if you could see the chat. Since my prayer candles are lit here for Central Florida and Emeka Mbuka. Yes. How are we feeling about the LAC? Vidal explodes, but it was against. Well, we'll get there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that I called that last week. Well, I didn't call the explosion, but I said I'm pretty sure it's going to be Vidal. And Justin and I were going back and forth about Vidal versus Haskins, and I said I'm on Vidal. it's going to be Fidel. I think that's the guy. And here we are.
Yes, here we are. Hopefully
like,
it stays that way, which we'll talk about him a little bit later. But we have more injuries. Puka Nacua left the game, came back. He's the best player in fantasy right now. He was everyone's meal ticket, honestly, but he scored 4.8 fantasy points last week. Are we concerned about this injury at all? And what does it do to Matthew Stafford, if you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I'm definitely, I have concerns. I mean, he was definitely, the wide receiver one. Like there was no question about it. It wasn't even close. And definitely Stafford's security blanket. I worry a little bit about Stafford without Puka being there, but I mean, they still have Devontae Adams. They'll be okay, but it's still a big concern.
Yeah, I agree as well. Like he is the safety net for that team. He is that team. Like everything ran through Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
In a week where everybody was saying start Matthew Stafford, it's a plus game. Baltimore gives up 1,000 yards a game. Pudge on the Friday show was like Stafford's going to throw for 500 yards, like all this stuff, and it didn't happen. And I think a lot of that is because Puka was out. So we'll talk about some people to replace him, maybe possibly. We only have 2 people on bye, or 2 teams on bye this week, just 2. So hopefully all of you have some kind of replacements for these on your roster already. Garrett Wilson, who I read on Blue Sky, which I try to avoid all social media at all costs. The first thing I read this morning was Justin Fields isn't bad. He just has a worse receiver than he had. DJ Moore was better. Okay, sure, pal. Garrett Wilson's a superstar, and it's going to matter that he hyperextended his knee, and he's going to be missing multiple weeks. Again, just like Puka on a smaller scale, I think he was that offense. I think Justin Fields flourished when he threw it to Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
With him being out, it's going to be a major concern for that entire offense. I think this is going to impact the Jets more than Puka missing impacts the Rams. You agree with that? Okay.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, this one's rough. I mean, on an already struggling Jets team. Poor Garrett Wilson's just being wasted on that team, first of all. He should be, I feel like he should be up there with guys like Puka, and, we should be talking about him the way we talk about Puka, but it's not going to happen on the Jets. It's just, and I feel for him. But I think if the Jets weren't already in trouble, they're sinking fast now.
They are sinking fast, and I talk about Garrett Wilson. If you've seen me, he's one of my favorite players in the league, and I always have high hopes for him. And something always seems to work against him, whether it be Zach Wilson, whether it be his coach being Robert Saleh, whether anything. Just being on the Jets is bad news. It's bad for business to be on the Jets. If the Jets had the number 1 pick and I was like an elite athlete coming out of college, I'd go back to college. I don't want any part of the New York Jets. I don't wish my favorite college players to ever go there, because all they do is just stink it up. No matter what you look at, what Aaron Rodgers is doing this year. Yeah, it's crushing. Anyway, Marvin Harrison Jr. concussion protocol, ungood. Most likely will miss week 7. Most people don't come back from concussion protocol the very next week.
No.
That being said, though,
trouble.
That's exactly because they're also down their starting quarterback. But is that a bad thing? We'll talk about Jacoby Brissett soon, but with Marvin Harrison out, I don't know what I guess Trey McBride.
I mean, that's it. That's the team. That's your team. Because I mean, we're out running backs. Are we really going to rely on Michael Wilson and who's behind him?
Greg Dortch, Old Faithful. I love Dortch though.
So I mean,
scrappy player. You're right though. They don't have anyone else there. It is Trey McBride, and that's it. And if Brissett, we'll go deeper into Brissett later because he did perform this week. But with Brissett and backups at the running back position and the receiver position, man, I have no faith in the offense whatsoever. They're already struggling, but Marvin Harrison has been kind of a disappointment throughout his whole career so far. I know it's been a very short career, but he did come off of a very good game, and then this happened, Charlene. So, as far as you are concerned, Marvin Harrison Jr., I guess I'm not going to speak dynasty because whatever, but rest of season after this, are you confident that he's still going to be a wide receiver 2 for your team with this entire S show of an offense? Or are you just whatever?
I wasn't confident he was a wide receiver 2 before this. I think I maybe have him in one league, and I'm asking myself, why did I do this to myself? I know better. That's why I only have him in one league out of like the 18 leagues that I'm in. So, but yeah, I mean, Kyler's just so inconsistent, and everybody's always on Kyler, right? Because mobile quarterback. We always want the mobile quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
He has the potential to be really good. We've seen it, but the inconsistency just kills you.
Yep.
And it's killing Marvin Harrison. I mean, he's got his own bag of problems without Kyler's inconsistency, but then, you put all of that together and it's just, I feel like it's so hard for them to get anything going and get that rhythm and just keep moving the train along. Like, I don't know.
They just don't produce. They don't produce with Kyler. If Kyler was in a higher profile city like New York, Chicago, wow, Zach thinks that I'm Justin, and I appreciate that because Justin's better looking. But it's National Dessert Day, which I'm gonna have some pumpkin pie after this show. I promise you that.
Ooh.
With some Cool Whip. I know, yes, it's my favorite season. Charlene, I don't go a day from October 1st to December 31st. I don't go a day without pumpkin pie. Promise you.
Okay, as long as you don't say pumpkin spice latte, we're good.
I don't. It's cold brews and hot takes. If you watch that show, I like my cold brews black with a little bit of cream in it, no sugar, and none of the PSLs. But what was I getting at? I was getting somewhere. Either way, let's move on to DJ Moore. DJ Moore was hospitalized after the game last night. We don't know what's going on. If anyone else knows, please let me know.
Yeah, I just heard about it this morning, completely out of the blue, and there is still no news as far as I know. So if anybody else has an update, throw it in the chat.
Please.
I would love to know.
Yeah, on a game where I needed Odunze to go off, he sure didn't. And I'm like, DJ Moore's getting all these targets early on. So full disclosure, guys, I turned the game off. I had to go to bed. I'm a dad. We gotta wake up at 5 a.m. What time do you get your kids up for school?
So 7 is like when they're supposed to be up, but my 5-year-old got up at 6 this morning, and he likes to occasionally wet the bed at 5. So, I mean, and my husband usually has morning meetings. So he's like, a lot of mornings, he's got his alarm set for 5:30. So yeah, we're early risers over here.
Right on. I don't know where. Oh, never mind. I was going to complain about the time zones and the Monday Night Football. I do it on every show. So if you want to see that, just go back to any other show I do. This week, by the way, there's 2 Monday Night Football games again, but one actually starts at 10 p.m. I hate you so much, NFL. I hate you so much. I hate you. Start the games earlier. I don't want to stay up late.
You won't be watching that one.
Doubt it. I'm questionable, but most likely I'm listed as doubtful. Here's some other injuries that we're going to run through real quick. We all know Mario Hampton has been out and is still out, so keep an eye on that. Brenton Strange, still,
he's on
out.
Yeah, he's on IR.
Can drop him. He's not going to be. Yeah, so don't hold on to him.
No.
Brock Purdy, I think I was the only person in this fan club. Max should start the rest of the season. I know you're a 49ers fan. That was my process because I did roster Mac Jones and he's been crushing it for me. So I'm going to stay on that. But this game against Tampa kind of discouraged me. Brock Purdy, questionable for week 7. If he does go, are we confident in starting him this week?
If he does go, I mean, I think you have to be, but I'm still, once again, with all the injuries that are happening, and then, hearing about Juwan Johnson saying, like, I'm basically playing with, like, half my body. He's got, 5 broken ribs, a high ankle sprain, a low ankle sprain. He still has his shoulder's at 2%. Is that what he said?
Yeah, it's bad. Juwan's down bad.
And he's like, but nobody cares about that. You just got to go out there and play it. And I'm like, no, we care. Is not, yeah. I mean, and you saw it though. What did he do? He didn't do anything. He was just running around. I mean, he was basically a decoy, right? Just running around out there. So, I mean, we'll talk about Kendrick Bourne a little bit later too, but yeah, we're kind of in the same problem with the Niners is, who are they going to throw the ball to? I mean, we're getting Kittle back. Supposedly he's practicing this week. So he's got a chance to play week 7. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, McCaffrey really is a succubus.
It really is. Jamie says, what up, sup dude, and what up dudette. So Jamie, friend of the show. Just want to say what's up. We have Bucky Irvin expected to miss more time. Just keep monitoring that situation. Tutu Atwell expected to play week 7. Keep an eye out if Puka's out.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall is questionable. Of course, look at the practice reports. Jawan Jennings, we just spoke about him. Brock Bowers out to the bye, which Michael Mayer, hello. Where have you been all of our life?
Right.
Darius Slayton hamstring, keep an eye out for that. And Dalton Kincaid did not play last night at all.
No.
He's on bye this week, so maybe they were keeping him out for that oblique that just keep him healthy. Maybe they thought they could beat Atlanta. Ha ha ha. Jokes on them.
Yeah, I know.
They could not.
Yeah. What's happening there?
Hey, I'm a Dolphins supporter, and we are part of the Finstock Sports Network. So I will say this, and this is take this as it is. I'm a biased. I am very biased. The look, as long as Mahomes and everyone else is in the AFC, the Bills' window was never open. It's always been shut. Josh is not an alpha quarterback, so that's my opinion. So their window is officially shut. For all those people who thought it was just cracked open a little bit, New England's taking that division. That's just my commentary on it. Be that as it may. We got some waivers to pick up. Some peoples to pick up.
Some peoples.
The first person I see on this list makes me sick, but we got to talk about him.
There's a few of those on this list.
I'm a big Kyler guy. Like, I'm a big Kyler fan. If you've noticed, if anyone's watched me for a long time, I like the guys that no one likes, just because I feel like they need someone in their corner. And Kyler is this. He's a stud. Like, he is a super stud. Kyler's the best quarterback at not getting hit. He's never going to take the ball, tuck it, and pull a straight on Baker and just win a game by himself. He's not going to do that. Kyler, since he's got the spider sense, and he just takes a knee. It don't matter if he's running. It doesn't matter. He's the best slider in the game, and he could have 2 edge rushers coming at him. He just falls to the ground. Good for you for protecting yourself. As the great Marshawn Lynch once said, protect your, protect your mentals. And that's what Kyler is doing. And he gets a lot of hate for it. But be that as it may, Jacoby Brissett is the new quarterback in town. And he had a really good week last week. He scored 21.7 points. It was the quarterback 7. Are we feeling good about Jacoby in this offense? I know we just talked about losing Marv, but he produced.
He's still got Trey McBride. Big old T McBee over there.
Sure does.
So, sure does. I mean, you know what? In a sea of fallen quarterbacks, this is the season. This is the season of the backups. So I am not going to just push him aside because he's the backup. This year is wild.
It is. He's rostered in less than 1% of leagues for reasons,
that'll
right?
Change.
Jacoby Brissett. He doesn't. It'll change for sure, but he doesn't really scream hotness. He's not the new hotness. He's not like Hansel. He's not so hot right now, but he is the first ever. This is the first time this season the Arizona Cardinals had over 400 total yards on offense. First time ever this season. Other than that, if you go look at their games, Kyler and that offense always go around 250, 300 total yards offense. This week was an explosion. It was Jacoby Brissett's best fantasy game since 2022 week 11, where he scored 25.9 points. But this is his 10th 20-point game of his career. He's played 90 games. So with all that being said, I don't think I could trust him. I don't want to trust him. He's only thrown for 300 yards 6 times in his career. But you said it, it's the year of injury. So like, it's kind of like last man standing. Who do you have left?
Yeah.
This isn't a bad option. They're playing Green Bay though. That's the one thing. They're playing Green Bay this week.
Yeah. If you need a quarterback, if you got to get through your bye week, if you're struggling with injuries, then yeah, pick him up, but don't expect this game this week.
No, especially not against Green Bay.
Right.
But here's a better quarterback that I cannot believe he's on this list. In full disclosure, I'm shocked. Like, I'm just in shock. Can you explain this to me? Has he been on the list since week 1?
Yeah. So it's basically, I feel like every week Justin and I say, I don't want to talk about him again next week. Like, I don't want to see this roster percentage all the way down here. Like, everybody should be going and picking him up. I don't want to talk about him anymore. Like, he should not be available.
No.
So
and that person is Sam Darnold.
And here we are.
Sam Darnold rostered in 28.3% of leagues, which is wild to me. He was the quarterback 9 last week, coming off of 2 back-to-back 20-point games. He's found the groove with guys like AJ Barner and JSN. JSN has been lighting the world on fire. If you haven't seen it, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know anything, you should know one thing: JSN is a superstar and is going to most likely be drafted in the 1st or 2nd round next year in fantasy football. It doesn't help that, or it doesn't hurt that Sam Darnold is the quarterback throwing him the football. Sam Darnold's been super underrated this year. He's not going to give you the 30-point games or even the 28, 25-point games consistently, but he is going to consistently give you 17 to 18, and I think that's a perfect spot for him.
You know,
so
what?
If you're in
this is the year of the sexy floor. You just
yes,
that floor just looks so good.
Yes. It's safe. We all want safety in life, Charlene.
Yeah.
Right? We all, what do we do? We go to work. We have a 401k. We have insurance. We have car. Everything in our life is just protecting ourselves. We want safety. That's what that's what the Sam Darnold is. He's your insurance.
That's who Sam Darnold is. That is your safe guy.
Yes.
And sometimes, like, especially this year, it feels really good to have a safe guy.
Yeah, it is. Girls want the bad guys like Kyler, but really they really fall for the guys like Sam Darnold, the safety guys. So go ahead and pick him up if he's available. That's a no-brainer. Carson Wentz, 3.6% ownage. If JJ McCarthy's still out, he's an option. I don't know. Explain this one to me. Again, injuries, I understand, but I don't know if out of these 3 quarterbacks, can you rank them 1 through 3? Could you do that?
Of those, I mean, Sam is 1. That's easy.
Yep, that's easy.
Who is Minnesota playing this week?
I'll let you know. I got that right here.
Minnesota.
You keep talking. I got
Philly.
Philadelphia. There we go.
Playing Philly. So I think I'd probably take Wentz over Brissett just for the fact that Wentz is playing against Philly. Their defense looks atrocious. Philly is like a shell of themselves this year. I don't know what's happening over there, but that is not the team we went into the year expecting. I'm still kind of surprised at what's happening. So, but yeah, I would say Sam Darnold, Carson Wentz, Jacoby Brissett, just for the fact that Brissett's got Green Bay, and I don't love that at all.
No, Green Bay, yeah, it's awful. The next guy on our list, the next person, where did my list go? It is
is Mac Jones. So if we're gonna bring in another quarterback, if Purdy's out, I would say that's tough between Mac Jones and Sam Darnold. But those are definitely my top 2. Those are my top 2 quarterbacks.
And Mac Jones gets Atlanta this week. They're not super crazy good, but they're not super crazy bad. Right. People are going to be swayed off of last night because they beat Josh Allen, but let's be honest, they're still Atlanta. This is the second time Josh Allen went on the road against an NFC South team and struggled. Remember, New Orleans, he struggled against them as well. Yep. Not sure what his deal is over there, but yeah, Atlanta's not as good as people think or what they showed last night. No. Trey Harris is a receiver that's interesting to me. They're playing the Indianapolis Colts. QJ, if he misses more time, this kind of makes sense to pick him up right now. But how confident are we in starting him against the Colts this week? He only had 5 targets last week. That's why I bring it up. Even with QJ gone, he still only had 5 targets. Are we in on Trey Harris?
So Trey Harris is interesting because, you know, you look at, they've got Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and, you know, Quentin Johnson is out of the game, and you sort of expect like one of these other guys to really just take over. And I don't feel like that happened. I feel like Trey Harris really just went right into Quentin Johnston's role, and he became Quentin Johnston, you know, 2.0 or whatever. So he's not my favorite pickup of the week, but again, if you're struggling with injury, I think he's worth picking up.
Yeah, I do too. In the higher powered offense, they're playing the Colts, who do give up some passing yards and aren't the hardest defense to play. So Trey Harris is fine if you need it. I would much prefer him over the next receiver we're going to talk about. But first, we got a question from Craig, who kind of is going to bring this up. So it's going to be a nice transition. Hi, Charlene and Josh. I have a wide receiver issue. I have a Mecca, sorry. I have QJ, sorry. And Debo. Not sorry, he's awesome. Looks like I could pick up Butte or Bourne in waivers. Not sure what to do. I can pick up Keenan Allen too.
I think for me, it's Bourne. It's Kendrick Bourne. He is. I mean, it's Christian McCaffrey and Kendrick Bourne on that offense. That's the offense, because you can't rely on Ricky Pearsall. You can't rely on Juwan Jennings. Clearly, we've seen now, or if we've heard now, even if they're playing, they're not playing at 100%. Juwan Jennings didn't do anything yesterday. So and Kendrick Bourne looks like a whole new man. So it's Kendrick Bourne for me.
Yeah, Kendrick Bourne's getting the targets. He's more featured. I do love Keenan Allen. Like, I don't mind Keenan Allen. So what I would do,
very touchdown dependent. So I think it depends on what you're going for.
Right. So this is what I would do is I'd put in 2 waiver claims. I'd make Bourne your top priority. And if you miss out on Bourne for any reason, if it's fab, you get outbid. At least you have Keenan Allen as a backup, but make his fab less. If it's waiver priority, if you do it that way, then make obviously Bourne your number 1 priority and Keenan Allen. Just make sure you put in even Butte, make him your 3rd. A lot of people don't do that. I've noticed a lot of people just put in that 1 waiver claim and they expect if they get him, they get him. If they don't, oh well. We need backups for our waivers.
And then the other guys are gone because nobody else bid on them. Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you don't have any money in fab, just make a bid, because some people will make a bid and then they'll win a player. And there's ways for you to win players with $0. I've been doing it all season. I claimed.
Hey, me too.
I claimed Browning for $100 fab like right away. And I've had $0 ever since. And I'm doing just well. I turned Browning into Studkins like right away, like instantly within seconds. So I just work magic over there. Kamani, actually, I'm jumping all over the place. Tez Johnson. Tez effin Johnson. I only say that because that catch was phenomenal.
MVP Tez Johnson.
That catch was ridiculous.
Did you hear about the interview?
I didn't hear the interview. I didn't see any interview. What's going on with the interview?
So apparently, he was giving an interview, or I think he was giving an interview, and he was saying like after that touchdown, he was hearing chants of like MVP, MVP, and he's like, I haven't done anything all season. Like that was my first touchdown. And Sterling Shepard is like, dude, that was for Baker Mayfield. That wasn't for you.
That's great. That's great. That's great. That's beautiful to me. And Baker doesn't deserve the MVP. Poor Tez. But he's the one who made the catch. Like Baker kind of overthrew him, like kind of a little bit by a couple inches. But yes, FF Philosopher says you are the real MVP, and that's true. That is true. Mark Santos, hi guys. With Rice coming back, I need to drop 1 to move Rice back into my bench. Should I drop Trevion Henderson, Woody Marks, Hawkinson, Myers, or Bourne?
I'm going Henderson.
Personally. am going to be on the same page as you, just a different paragraph. I'm going to go Woody Marks. Yeah. I think that in the long run, they want to get Henderson more involved, and you don't use up. Someone said you don't use a Rolls Royce on every single play. I think that's Pudge. And that's true with Henderson. I think he has more talent, more of an upside, and on a better team too. On a team that's going to score more touchdowns.
Yeah, I think my struggle is I feel like this is just what the New England backfield does, where like you say, okay, this is going to be the guy. Play that guy. Nope, wasn't that guy. Was the other guy. And it's just every week of you know, and I get that, you know, you don't want to push him too fast, but like he should be getting used way more than he is, and it's driving me crazy. And with Woody Marks, I feel like that is much more of an even timeshare and I do see Woody Marks taking over more of that timeshare and taking that away from Chubb. Yeah, that's because I was looking at both of those too, and but I feel like I would drop Henderson before I dropped Woody Marks.
So the answer is Jacoby Myers. That's the final answer. No, Mark, honestly, it depends on your.
Yeah, was that Jacoby Myers?
It is Jacoby. I'm assuming it's Jacoby Myers, and I have no problem dropping Jacoby Myers.
Okay, I would drop. Yeah, I would drop Jacoby Myers. Keep the running backs. Drop Jacoby Myers.
Agree. And a couple more questions. We'll get back to our list. Jonathan Santiago says, "Would you trade away Wan'Dale for Zay Flowers with Lamar possibly coming back next week?" I know. It depends on your record. For me, it depends on your record. It depends on what position that is.
Yeah.
Like, is that your wide receiver 2? Is that your wide receiver 3? Is it a flex? What is Wan'Dale to you? I need to know his value because that matters. Truly matters.
Without that any context. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say in a vacuum with no context, I'd say, yeah, just get Zay Flowers because he's on a better with Lamar, you would think. But man, Jackson Dart. Like I'm not going to throw away Jackson Dart.
See, I think for me producing. In a vacuum, I would take Wan'Dale.
Okay.
I like what's happening with the Giants.
Yep.
The Ravens are another big team where I don't know what's happening with them. They don't look like themselves either. Even with Lamar, I mean, it was better with Lamar. Obviously, they were still pulling out wins, but I don't know. They scare me a little bit.
Okay, so FF Philosopher says I'd trade for Zay Flowers if Lamar is missing week 8. Here's what because he did put his receivers out there. He has St. Brown, Sutton, Pickens, Wan'Dale. So Wan'Dale's his 4th guy.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
But that man, I like Flowers. I'm a big Flowers believer. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Zay Flowers. Still.
I think I would go Flowers.
I feel like the Giants are gonna be like how the Patriots use running backs. What receivers is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Theo Johnson? Is it gonna be Wan'Dale? Is it gonna be this bum? Is it gonna be that bum? Either way, Jackson Dart will find a way to score fantasy points. Whereas I think Baltimore, it's Zay Flowers. It's Zay Flowers. Like when Lamar's there.
I don't forget about Mark Andrews.
Yeah. Well, we all. I threw him out last year on this very show. All right. What else do we got? Okay, we got Mark Santos says I have Rice, CD, London. Running backs are Achane, Judkins, and Genty. You play in a 2-person league, man. No, I'm kidding, Mark. That is a phenomenal. You're gonna win that league. If you don't win that league, you're snake bitten. I'm just gonna say it right now. Where were we at? Vidal. Your guy, Vidal. Your guy, Vidal, crushed it last. Who did they play? Who did they play last week? Who did Vidal play last week?
What? Like my brain the
Dolphins. I believe they played the Dolphins last week.
Yeah, they did play the Dolphins. You're right.
So this is going to come and play. This was more for the audience. When you play the Miami Dolphins, you will do this. Like this will happen.
You're going to look amazing.
I've been saying all year, start your guys against Miami. Miami is the best. Miami and Dallas. Those are the teams you want to target. So Vidal did this against the Miami Dolphins team who gives up a bajillion yards to everybody on the ground. They're the worst rushing defense in the league by far, by a mile, actually. But I do like Vidal because they did show that he is the guy. They did not trust Haskins as much. Vidal really, really demanded that workload. How did you see that coming? And my second question is, do we even need to talk about Haskins? There's no way someone's going to pick him up.
I mean, no, we don't really need to talk about Haskins. I think we can probably just
move on. Watch.
Ignore
this
that.
Is the week Haskins goes off and Vidal just goes nuts. Like, so it could be up and down.
Here's my reasoning for thinking that Vidal was going to be the guy is Haskins has flashes, right? But he has had 15 catches in 37 career games. And I'm like, so he can't be, he's not trusted, clearly.
No.
So I'm like, why would that change now? I don't see that changing now. You know, everybody was on Kamani Vidal last year. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, here it is. Let's go. And he went.
and he went for 18 carries, 124 yards. My notes say, I'm going to read it verbatim. Okay. Vidal had 18 carries, 124 yards, but they played Miami. Chill. Miami gives up the most rushing yards in the league by a mile, 168 a game. Colts give up less than 100 yards on the ground. I would fade Vidal this week anyway. But I would also, if you have nobody, if you are the Hampton manager or any other running back that's out,
right,
he's at least a warm body for you, and he's going to get carries. 18 carries is pretty good for a running back.
Right.
How many of these running backs these days get 18 carries in a game? Not often.
And he did catch a touchdown. He got a passing touchdown. So, you know, yeah, it's not going to look like this in week 6.
It's not.
It's not going to look like this in week 6. But nope. I mean, how long is Hampton out for?
I honestly do not know that yet. I know that he's going to be out for missing like 3 or 4 more weeks at least. Right.
So, you know, if you haven't picked up Vidal yet, if you made the mistake of picking up Haskins, go pick up Vidal.
If you can. Let's see what is he rostered? He's 33%, 33.4% roster.
34.5 on our sheet.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe my sheet is on. My sheet is on the it's not downloaded yet. But I have Trey Tucker next, who's 53% rostered. I hope that's correct. I was watching the broadcast of this Raiders game last week, and the person told me that was calling the game, Trey Tucker is it Trey Tucker? What's his name? He's the number 1 receiver there. Jacoby Myers is no longer.
No, and that's what I was going to say. That's why he's on here. So even though he's over 50% rostered, so we normally don't talk about these guys on here, but listen, I have Jacoby Myers in one league, and I had it all the way down at the bottom and I erased it. But if you have Jacoby Myers, I think you can just go ahead and drop him at this point. Like he's an afterthought on that team.
He truly is.
It's Trey Tucker.
He's playing Kansas City this week. Kansas City's the second or 12th best against the pass, only allowing 311 yards per game. But Tucker is the number 1 there. And if Bowers can't go, they need to throw it to somebody. And they're going to need big plays.
Bowers is out. They're keeping him out until after the bye week. So I mean, it's Trey Tucker, it's Michael Mayer, and Genty and
Genty. Genty. We already talked about Haskins. I wish I could share my screen. I wrote Hassan Haskins versus Colts. Nah. That's my notes. Those are my notes. I'm done. We don't need to do it.
Enough said.
Quincy Davis asks, would you drop Henderson or Chase Brown for Vidal? Chase Brown. What a bum.
I would need not to win drop now. Chase Brown yet, but that is a good question though.
He's 6-0. If you're 6-0, you want to hold Henderson because he has a future. I'm telling you, Henderson has a future. Chase Brown, I don't know if he has a future. Sometimes these guys are just guys. Sometimes, and I'm not saying Chase Brown's just a guy, but sometimes they are. And sometimes they catch fire and they do well for a half a season. And then we overdraft that person in the second round, and then they become Chase Brown.
And sometimes they just have the worst O-line in the league.
that too. That too. So I would almost say if you're 6-0 and you don't need to make a move, Chase Brown could be a landmine for one of your competitors. And you pick up Vidal, who is on a better offense, who can score touchdowns, who's constantly in the red zone, who can move the football, who has a competent head coach, who has a Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame quarterback in Justin Herbert after he wins multiple Super Bowls. I do think Vidal might be the move here. And I'm okay with dropping Chase Brown if you decide to. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to tell you to, but I'm okay with it because he's just going to be a roster clogger for your 6-0 team while you start other people. Fair. That's all I'll say. But I'm okay. If Chase Brown turns it around and goes nuts, it's okay. You're 6-0. You probably don't even start Chase Brown. Chase Brown was a waste of a third pick. Dude, he was going in the freaking early second in my leagues. So I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Final Boss. That's the Final Boss right there. That's the boss man right there. He is the GOAT. Good morning, Bobby. Happy to talk to you. Man, I bet you he is stressed out about the Dolphins losing to the Chargers. Dude, when Waller scored that touchdown, because I am a Dolphins supporter, all I said was, I looked to my son, I go, it's too much time. They needed to run the clock out more. And what do you know? Chargers came back, kicked the field goal, whatever.
Hey, I will say, I drafted a lot of Waller.
You did?
In like the last round, like the last couple rounds of a lot of my leagues, I was like, yes, Waller, let's take that flyer. And I'm very happy right now.
Well, good for you on that. I was on this network saying that if Waller catches more than 17 balls this year, I'll shave my head. Or something like that. And Justin has been searching for this clip. There's no clip, so I'm good. I'm safe. Is Henderson's future selling sports cars? That's not cool, man. That's not cool. But it's funny though. It got me. You had me dying over here. Chase Brown had a great rest of season ranking, but I don't know with that O-line if it makes any difference. I don't know if it does either. I truly don't know if it makes any difference.
I think so. I think his stock goes up a little bit with Joe Flacco coming in, but I don't think that Joe Burrow's coming back this season. And so you've got the O-line and no Joe Burrow. Like, I think everybody that drafted Chase Brown, especially given how early that was, I think they all lost out.
Yeah, Chase Brown's probably one of the biggest busts of all fantasy. You know, when his best game of the year is week 1 against Cleveland, 13.1, he's not someone that you can feel comfortable rostering. And guess what, guys? And this is a fact. This isn't a take. This is a fact. His usage has gone down since week 1. 16 carries week 1 to 9 last week, 8 the week before, 10 the week before that. When you're not getting opportunities, you're not going to get the ball. You're not going to score fantasy points. That's just the bottom line. When your offense is constantly going 3 and out, or your running back's getting tackled 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it's a roster clogger. I don't care. At this point in week 7, and Charlie, I'm sorry, I have to go on this rant. When you are in week 7, the draft that you drafted back in August means 0. Throw it away. That we are no longer in the I drafted him here, so I must start him. That's ridiculous. You need to move on from your draft capital.
Let it go.
I let it go after week 1. Like, you have to, or you're going to continue starting bums and lose. It's called the Kyle Pitts rule. The Kyle Pitts rule, established back when he was drafted.
I have to say, last week, as soon as we found out that that Flacco was coming in, we said, see if you can move Chase Brown. See if this is the time. See if you can trade him. Get him off your team. See if there's got to be somebody out there. Bengals fans.
Bobby wants to know, should I drop Tua? Yes. But for Brock Purdy or Aaron Rodgers? Rodgers gives you a safer floor, I believe, but not a higher ceiling. Brock Purdy gives you a higher ceiling and probably the same floor as Rodgers. So I go Brock Purdy if he plays.
Yeah. That's it. If he
if
plays.
he plays.
So this is yeah. Normally I would just no question, I wouldn't even think about it and I'd say Brock Purdy, but given all the injuries that are happening with the Niners, including with Brock Purdy himself, this is where I'm struggling. And I almost lean Rodgers just because of that. And I don't like that. And it's really gross to say. And I need to go rinse out my mouth now.
No, you don't need to rinse out. Don't be ashamed of being an Aaron Rodgers fan. He's the GOAT. He's the best to ever do it. Love Aaron Rodgers on the show. Don't be disparaging Aaron Rodgers on my broadcast. All right, what else we got here? I already did that one. With Flacco there, it may help. It may help Chase Brown, but we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see before I tell anybody to drop Chase Brown. I want to see what happens with Flacco. Like, I need one more game just to see.
But I'm okay dumping him. I had 3 players give me 31 points. That's awesome. Jelly of the month, 3 and 3, half PPR, 3 wide receivers in a flex, and a second in points. So he's crushing, but he's just losing. He has Bo Nix, cost me 2 wins. Yeah, man, that sucks. Trade my wide receiver 4 Ladd for Dak. That was smart. Other wide receivers are Jamar, Tet, Sutton, Bourne, Jawan Jennings, and Coker.
Oh, I think he's asking if he should do that.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah,
I've been telling people Ladd is out. Get him out.
Yeah,
not good. He's good.
Yeah, if you can that trade happen, do it.
Yep, 1,000%. My first round pick went out for the year. My second and third round haven't showed up at all, except for one. Henry went off. Yep. Henry's been quiet all year. When you're not leading football games, that's Henry's life. If Henry's not ahead, he's gonna be ungood. He's not a pass catcher.
He was supposed to be my set it and forget it guy, and every week I'm like, do I play him? And it's killing me.
Yep. Like Travis Hunter, I started him last. Travis Hunter could be dropped.
Throw
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
I'm telling. Okay, listen. You don't have to drop him if you don't want to, but man, I have 1,000%. I've dropped him. What's he gonna do for you, Charlene?
The team has been trying to figure out how to utilize him best. And I think he's finally making the move more towards offense versus defense. So, I mean, I guess this is a bigger deal in IDP versus standard leagues, but either way, I don't think he's droppable yet. I think he's moving in the right direction.
He is. But is it going to help your fantasy team now? Because we're week 7. We need to win. Like, we have people that are 2 and 5 or 2 and 4, right? They need to win.
If you need a win now, then yeah, that's a different situation. But if you have a bench spot and you can afford to hang on to him, or if you're in a really deep league, yeah, don't drop him.
Check out the Ravens schedule, though. It's about to be a return of the king. We hope. I'm not telling people to drop Henry. I'm not telling people to drop Henry, but I'm telling people you can't start him on negative matchups. It's hard.
Yeah.
Hunter is a good stash pick. Hold him. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do what you want. Do what y'all want. Do what y'all want while Jacksonville and Duval is figuring out what they're going to do with this person. Guess what I'll be doing? I'll be figuring out how to win fantasy games. So when you are happy with your little 4 targets for 4 catches for 22 yards, congratulations. You keep on figuring that out, Cohen. Duval, I'll be figuring out what size ring I wear when I get my championship ring sized. That's what I'll be doing. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to this list real quick. We are running long, and that's my fault. I knew this was going to happen. I warned you. I warned everybody. I talked too much.
Let's go. Chatty show.
Quick. I'm going to skip some people, and I'm only going to hit the people that I think are worth it. And chime in if you think I skipped somebody, because I don't want you. You did a great job on this list. I don't want to skip anybody that you think is legit. AJ Barner. He's someone I enjoy watching football. I enjoy him playing. I think he's quietly becoming one of my favorite players in the league.
Yeah, agreed.
But I can't do it with a 13% target share. I can't do it when he's not getting the usage. I can't do it when his points per target, his fantasy points per target is 3.24, which is number 1 in the league, but that's an easy average to have when you don't get the targets. So that means every time he gets targeted, he scores a touchdown or he does something great, which is awesome. But man, I'm just scared of his usage. But I love him. How say you?
I love him too. I think, yeah, his usage isn't great. I will say that. However, that being said, he was tight end 5 in week 6. So when we're talking about tight ends, he needs to be talked about.
Yes, 1000%. I have this stat for you. Only five tight ends in the entire league have had double-digit performances in the last 3 weeks. Only 5. That seems like a lot, right? But I had to do it for this purpose. Ferguson, tight end 1, he's had 3 in a row. Tyler Warren, again, stud, 3 in a row. Goddard, 3 double-digit games in a row. Tongus, your boy, Tongus, I know you like him. We all love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's our local boy.
And AJ Barner. Those are the 5 tight ends for the past 3 weeks that have had double-digit fantasy points. So Barner is getting more involved as the season goes on and as Sam Darnold gets more comfortable with this team. So I like Barner. I will be adding him if I roster like a Mark Andrews or anyone that just stinks. Like, just think of any tight end you have. He probably stinks.
I mean, and that's it. That's exactly it, though. It's when you look at who else is out there, you got to talk about AJ Barner. You've got to pick him up and put him on your team, unless you've got one of those, top 5 guys, which are not the guys that we thought they were going to be, right?
No. Should I start Hollywood Brown or a Wandale, hoping I can get Boutte? Don't think I will. Hollywood is now. Wait, Kaz, and wait for. I'm about to say something. You're gonna be like, what? Hollywood Brown's gonna be droppable very soon. FF Philosopher says the king has returned. Yes, the king has returned, and it's the king of the Kansas City Chiefs passing offense, and that's Rashee Rice. If you know me, I've been banging the table. I have him top 5 in Dynasty. If he wasn't suspended, he would have been top 5 in my rankings. Yeah. I am obsessed with Rashee Rice. He's going to blow everyone away when he comes back. I promise you that. And that's why Hollywood Brown's going to go down, because they don't need him anymore. It's Xavier Worthy, it's Rashee Rice, it's Travis Kelce, and then everyone else is going to be scattered around. So I don't think we can rely on Hollywood Brown. Do you think it's going to go that way? Do you think Rice is going to step in and be that alpha one that he is?
100%.
Rice is back after this week?
Rice, what's that?
Kaz says he's out. He's back after this week.
I thought he was back.
He's back. He's in all my lineups. I thought it was only a 6-game suspension. He's in all my lineups. Let me read. Therefore, I think Rashee Rice is back this week, but I could be wrong.
I know. I'm like, well, wait, we got to look this up now.
Yeah. Check. I got to check that source. But if Rice is out this week, of course, Hollywood Brown is who I would start. I like that matchup. I like Kansas City Chiefs. I like what Patrick Mahomes is doing this year, obviously. But I think Rashee Rice is back this week and is officially.
Rashee Rice's return timeline is week 7.
And I think he's going to crush. I think they're going to make a statement with him. They already were wearing the shirts, right? Free Rashee Rice, which nobody liked, but he did a horrible thing. But
I mean, and on top of that, Wandale is wide receiver 1 for the Giants. Darius Slayton is probably out.
Yeah, he's out with a hamstring.
I mean, I know you said, you don't really know who's going to go off in what week for the Giants, which is true, but Wandale's still going to get, he's still going to get the targets.
Yeah, he's still going to get, he's highly targeted and always will be because he is the one. But if that situation, Kaz, I'm going to go Wandale, but Hollywood is going to be very droppable very soon, and it's going to hit hard. The wall's going to hit hard. So
maybe trade him if you can.
Possibly.
Before this week.
Denver's defense.
If you can move him.
Denver's defense is elite. They're really good, but they can be had. They're not. I guess they can't. They're really good. But so is Mahomes, right? So is everybody else. I've been crying about this. Never mind. What I said, you could just catch me on another show because I'll say it again. So I'm not going to waste our time on that. But Dylan Gabriel, this is the last person I want to speak about. And actually in depth and actually have an opinion on him.
Yeah.
He's playing Miami. I said it about 45 minutes ago.
What did we just say about Miami?
Start everybody against Miami. Start everybody against Miami. But are we feeling that comfortable with Dillon Gabriel? Because he is playing for Cleveland. His number one receiver is Jerry Jeudy, who can't. He's still dropping balls. He has dropped like 1,000 balls this year. He can't catch a football. But Fannin, right, Will's guy, loves him some Dillon Gabriel. They've been connecting. I'm all in on
We're
Fannin.
also in the Fannin fan club.
Oh, you're in the Fannin fan club too?
We are in the Fannin fan club on this show.
All right. Well, we're all fans of Fannin. So
we are.
With that being said, are we comfortable starting Dillon Gabriel this week against the Miami Dolphins?
I mean, we talked about the struggle at quarterback before, right? So I think he looks solid enough and comfortable enough, especially as a rookie. I mean, going out there, I would feel okay starting him. I wouldn't feel great about it, but I would feel okay starting him. And I mean, I've picked him up in a handful of leagues. I have way too much Geno this season.
No. Why?
And in super flexes and 2 QB leagues. I'm gonna say that. So nobody thinks I'm crazy. In 2 QB leagues and in super flex leagues, I had a lot of Geno as my second quarterback. And now I have a lot of Dillon Gabriel.
I don't hate it at all. He's a good start this week against Miami. So if you're in a pinch or your quarterback has a tough matchup, or you roster Josh Allen, for some reason roster negative 0.1 points, Cooper Rush, Dillon Gabriel's gonna be a good step in. And if you're unsure about the Mac Jones situation and you didn't like how he performed, or you have Jacoby Brissett or you missed out on Jacoby Brissett, right? I think Dillon Gabriel is a great option. Other than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's my favorite quarterback on this list. Dillon's number 2.
Yes. And we said last week on this show, pick up Dillon Gabriel, but week 6 was not the week to start him. Unless you absolutely had to, but like he was not going to give you a solid performance. And I mean, that's kind of what happened. But
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And here's some quick players to look for, to just, put them on your watch list, right? Put them on your favorite them or whatever. Jaden Higgins for Houston. He's 19.8% rostered. Luke McCaffrey for the Washington Commanders. He's so fun to watch. I wish he was better. What I mean by that is I wish he's so fun to watch. Jordan Whittington, if Puka's out and Tutu can't play. Yep, and Tutu can't play. I got a lot of questions on this guy last week. Ryan Flournoy. Just keep a lookout on him, but CD should be back sooner rather than later.
And Turpin.
And Turpin too.
So
on his way back.
I think if at least one of those guys is out, then Flournoy is worth a flyer. If both of those guys are back, forget it.
Yep. Taysom Hill. I didn't want to say that name out loud, but I did. And keep an eye out for Dawson Knox, just in case Dalton Kincaid, this injury goes a little bit longer than normal. Dawson Knox did score a touchdown last night. He's been their tight end 1 forever until Dalton Kincaid came around. Yep. So those are the list of players. We do have one more question, Charlene. I'm going to put it up here.
Let's see it.
I'm going to start 3, but which ones between Devontae Adams, Drake London, Michael Pittman, Rashee Rice, and Xavier Worthy? I'm not the guy who's going to say, let's wait on Rashee Rice. I'm full sending. He's my wide receiver 1. He's one of my favorite players. He's productive with the Kansas City Chiefs. He's productive with Patrick Mahomes. I think he's going to be a plug and play, back on the field, no problem, no doubt about it. And the way Mahomes is playing right now, he's making Hollywood Brown look good. Hollywood Brown hasn't looked good since, 2019. So that has a lot to do with how Patrick Mahomes is playing and how that offense is actually running. Devontae Adams is a must start because Puka Nacua, we don't know his status. And I'm just going to say it right here, Drake London.
Yep.
We saw it happen last night. Drake London is a super stud. Let's not get it twisted just because he had a slow start. I really do like Mr. Drake London this week.
Look at that. We have a consensus.
Oh, we're all the same?
We made it real easy. We made it real easy.
For the first time this whole show.
I know.
Awesome. So little just we're gonna get off air. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna go back to work or whatever we do. But Charlene, did you have a good time? Did I make it?
I did have a good time.
Okay. Were you worried? Were you worried at all?
No, I was of course not.
I was worried a little bit. Let me tell you why. I know there's a different audience that watches Justin and that watches me. I know. I can tell. I see y'all. But thank you for all accepting me in Justin's role. I'm going to be here next week as well, so keep that in mind. Justin's not going to come back until, I believe, late week 8. He might be on the Sunday pregame show, but maybe not. He's enjoying his time in Italy. If you want to shoot him a message and say, hey, enjoy, whatever, join our Discord, chat.fantasynowplus.com. He does get messages there. We can't text him, but we can shoot him messages over the internet. If you want to join our Discord and have a fun time and talk to us, that's a great spot to do it. Make sure you hit our website up.
Questions there.
Always. And you can tag us day and night. We have West Coasters, Central Coasters, and East Coasters. Central Coasters isn't a thing. What do they call those people in the middle? What are you people called in the middle?
Central. There's Central Time, and you have Mountain Time. I mean,
yeah, whatever. Flyover states. I kid. That's an old joke from my buddy Josh Wingate. He lives in Delaware, and I'm so dumb. I'm like, where is Delaware? Is that one of those flyover states? Again, apparently it's in the Northeast. Apparently, allegedly, that's what I've been told. Anyway, check us out, fantasynowplus.com. Of course, Fins Talk Sports Network is where you can find Bobby and those guys over there. If you want to talk Miami Dolphins football specifically, we do have pro wrestling over there. I do a pro wrestling show on Saturday at 5 p.m. with Bobby Melendez, the boss man. We talk pro wrestling and have a good time over there. Charlene, are you a pro wrestling guy? Girl? Sorry.
I am not.
George Kittle is not smiling. He's frowning. George Kittle's crying somewhere.
I know, and I love him, so I feel terrible for saying that.
But that's okay. I won't hold it against you. But until next week, guys, we're gonna get on out of here. Love you so much. Drop a like, man. It really helps out the show. Any other words, Charlene?
No, that's it. Good luck in week 7.
Seth Rollins is hurt, buddy. Seth Rollins is getting written off TV, man. See you next week. Peace.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.